baby girl. for something else. So we have both learned how to grow. And from the start, maybe we were trying too hard. It's crazy 'cause it's breaking my heart. Things can fall apart. What you doing, baby girl? Need a glass of water? Water, water, water. Good water. First guy ever. True story. Not a joke. First guy in the history of the. He's amazing. Charlie. Hunter is. This is clearly the biggest law you could break in any kind of employment world. But he's the employer, right? And usually when you read about things like this, it's like some gray area where like somebody's using like some power dynamic to get something. That's not what's going on now. It's like I will write you. I'll send you. I'll Venmo you $500 for a chat over, and we talk about all this on whatever. These people are sick. They're the sickest people that we have ever had, like in politics. We had some real sickos in politics. Oh yeah. But these people just blow the doors out. But I do think it's kind of funny. The FBI had all those pictures from Mar-a-Lago. They don't have any pictures from their own. That's because they're all in hazmat suits. Can you imagine? Yeah. Tossing Hunter Biden's bedroom? Oh my God. Oh, the things you would find. Going through his floors, looking under his bed. Oh, jeez. Cat, what do you want to talk about? Documents or Hunter?
I mean, either one is fine. I came prepared.
Yes.
I'm just a Hunter because I quickly just want to say something about him, which is that for like the whole point of like a sex worker is that you hire her because the only thing it impacts is your bank account.
Right.
And you don't have to see her again or deal with it in real life. She's like, I'm gonna get a sex worker who's also my assistant that I have to see every day. That's dumb.
It is.
And then what also is dumb is this big fake pretend thing of Biden being transparent. With if they were being transparent, they wouldn't have hidden it until the media finally talked about it. Mm-hmm. And then when they did talk about it, they hid the other stuff that they thought the media didn't know about yet. So it's a big joke, and I don't know how we continue to allow it. So that's far more expensive to me than sexting with the sex.
You don't pay a prostitute to sleep when you pay her to leave.
That's what Chef said in South Park.
Yeah. Jamie,
I learned everything about life from him.
What's up, baby girl?
Jamie, I would try to work a joke
You
about
wanna go outside?
how it's a better life for you, but we already know that. So, care to comment on anything else? I'm really thinking about that you pay a prostitute to leave.
Come on, baby. Come here.
Can I recommend have her sleep with you first, though? Yeah.
Come here.
Because if she leaves, you're like,
Come here.
You know what? I know people hate Hunter Biden, Greg. As a comedian, he's the gift.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. And I do have these moments where I feel bad for Joe Biden, like as a dad. I feel bad. Because like when, like there was a time when Hunter was like a little kid and Joe was teaching him how to fall off a bike, And they busted him hard. I guess his his credit card account was flagged for suspicious activity when he didn't hire a prostitute within 24 hours. And same thing happens when Brian Stelter buys fruit. My last thing is like, wasn't it probably fun for Biden to go to like a search of his own home because that's what he does every day? He's walking around going like, there, Mike, that's where the guest bathroom is. Oh my God, I've been using my pants.
Very good. Yeah.
To what you're saying, I'm like, Biden has a think tank? Isn't that like a contradiction? Like, what is he thinking about in his think tank?
Yeah.
Who is doing the thinking in the think tank? What are the issues? A tank that is going to hire corn pops to oversee the lifeguard tank at the thing. What is the thing? What was he doing in the think tank?
Yeah. It's a great question. You know what he was? He was laundering money. That's what he was. By the way, when you pay an assistant for sex, is that tax deductible?
No.
No?
Thank you for asking me. Like, I'd be
You're working at
You're the business expert. Assuming you were leading with this, every day.
Ever since the dogs left, I can only ask you these questions.
Is it an exception because he's like his own boss?
That's what I'm saying. If you own your own business, you can sexually harass.
Yeah, I heard though that
they're into it though. I mean, it's not harassment.
But then he wasn't one by setting up FaceTime calls?
Yes.
To have sex on the FaceTime?
Yeah.
Is he doing Zoom calls with the sisters?
No, because you know why? He said not on my face. pie. I think we should go after that.
I heard he sends him to HR, but it's just him and a porn mustache.
All right, now we're gonna go. I'm sweating. It's the left versus the right, and a pledge of allegiance fight.
We know you care. But if this is all too real for you and your loved ones, make the call. Because we care too. Home instead. To us, it's personal.
Criminals have found a new way to steal your hard-earned equity, and they're getting away scot-free. Home title fraud is a low-risk way for thieves to steal your title, home, and equity without you suspecting a thing. Most county recorders' offices are forbidden from stopping. Law enforcement is powerless to prosecute. The courts see you as the fraudster.
Nobody thinks that I can take their house. Nobody thinks that. Bottom line is, yes, it happens, and we can't stop it.
You might already be a victim. Check your title status now at HometitleLock.com.
In the next minute, 250 couples will discover they're going to need more space. Yeah, the house.
That's David. Fix it up. Strangers touching everything.
Or skip the hassles and sell with confidence to Opendoor. Close in a matter of days. Wow. When life's doors open, we'll head to the house. Request a cash offer at opendoor.com.
Angie's List is now Angie, and it's easier than ever to get your projects done right. Inside, outside, big or small, Angie helps you find the right solution for whatever you need done. With Angie, you can connect with top local pros and see ratings and reviews. Just search or scroll to see upfront pricing on hundreds of projects. And when you book and pay through Angie, you're covered by our happiness guarantee. It's easy to make your home an Angie home. Check out Angie.com today. Angie, and done.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. I guarantee you they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own.
I do not like my sheets. I love my Giza Dream sheets.
Call or go to mypillow.com right now to take advantage of Mike's limited time offer. Use the promo code on the screen, and when you buy one set of Giza Dream sheets, Mike will send you another set absolutely free. That's right, buy one set of Giza Dream sheets and get another set absolutely free. Choose from a variety of colors in solid stripes and new flannel sheets. Order now. For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
This past year, we've all let ourselves go a little. But now it's time for everyone to step up their game. With Wolf and Shepherd. Wolf and Shepherds look great with full-grain Italian leather and classic styling. But they're my go-to shoes because of how they feel. Cushion, light, super comfortable. Okay, guys, let's get to work.
For muscle cramps and spasms, TheraWorks Relief works fast. So get back at it.
TheraWorks works.
For fast muscle relief, TheraWorks works. Available in stores everywhere.
What did you find when you lost the weight?
I found my smile. I found I could eat, really eat. Jenny just makes it simple. Simple. Learn how to get a free week of food with purchase. Jenny Craig, lose the weight. Find yourself.
A fight over the pledge might make you jump off a ledge. Yes, Democrats have a grievance with the Pledge of Allegiance. For the second time in 2 years, full-time congressman and part-time forehead model Matt Gaetz. Crazy. He introduced an amendment in the House Judiciary Committee to recite the Pledge of Allegiance before every meeting. It already rejected I Want to Sex You Up. Shout out to Color Me Bad. Rolling.
And our Pledge of Allegiance is a national symbol of pride and unity. So my amendment gives the committee the opportunity to begin each of its meetings with the Pledge of Allegiance. It gives our members the ability to invite inspirational constituents to be able to share and lead in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Seems a pretty simple ask, right? Not so fast, person out there I'm pretending to talk to. It then devolved into a 40-minute fight over the pledge itself between Republicans and Democrats. Here's the GOP.
It's a bit absurd to suggest we couldn't take 30 seconds at the beginning of this important work.
For us to sit here together and offer just a little bit of homage to those that are willing to do that, I think it's not nothing we shouldn't be doing. It's absolutely necessary.
The gentlelady of North Carolina is suggesting to the people of this great country that we should not be standing and pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States. I believe we can only use the exercise too of standing up and putting our hand on our chest. I don't think it'll kill any of us.
Makes sense. Standing up is good exercise. Just ask the people at the start of Jamie's shows. They stand up and leave. In your face. As for the Dems, it's all about banning so-called insurrectionists from reciting the pledge.
The pledge shall not be led by an individual who supported an insurrection against the government of the United States
On January 6th, that the insurrection never did happen.
Let's guarantee that that person has not participated or supported or in any way helped an overthrow of the government of the United States, encouraged the insurrection against the government of the United States. No one who has participated in insurrection should lead the Judiciary Committee in the Pledge of Allegiance.
This is the kind of juvenile bickering that distracts them from their core responsibilities, like voting themselves raises and sending tax money overseas. In the end, Gates Amendment won, but it required a compromise that both parties happily embraced. The Republicans get to pledge allegiance to the flag, and afterwards the Dems get to burn it. Kat, what are your thoughts?
I feel like I should be a political consultant. I'm dead serious. Wait for this. Because they really wanted to get one over on Matt Gaetz by bringing up the insurrection, all this stuff. If they really wanted to get one over on him, you know what they should have said? Okay, sure. Because then he couldn't go back to Twitter and be like, why are they so, enraged by patriotism? He's obviously doing this to be like, I'm Mr. Patriot, and I'm in this Congress full of these Democrats who hate this country. But if they would have been like, totally, let's recite the pledge, then he wouldn't have been able to do that. But they played right into his hands. See? Brilliant consultant.
There you go. Charlie, I might have been. You're cutting into my time. Stop. Charlie, currently the same people who don't like the Pledge of Allegiance want you to pledge other forms of allegiance, whether it's for climate change, BLM, gender rights. They're for a certain kind of indoctrination and a certain kind of pledge, but nothing to do with America.
That's such a great point. They are all about bowing and scraping to every one of
Yes.
weird religious idolatry, but just not the flag. Look, I think doing the flag, the Pledge of Allegiance at the beginning of the Judiciary Committee, it's a great idea. But let's not be unclear about it. The problem with Washington isn't that they don't do the Pledge of Allegiance. The problem is that people like Gerald Nadler are in Congress.
Right, exactly. That's the big problem. Jamie, you do the Pledge of Allegiance in Alaska.
We do. Just real quick, if you're doing the Pledge of Allegiance for your exercise, you'll be dead soon.
Yeah.
That's your exercise. I don't like indirectness and hidden messages and hidden insults. This whole thing was really nice. It kind of reminds me of like when my ex-wife used to talk to me like through the baby.
Yeah.
It would send me messages, and she'd be like, "Oh, you want your dad to change your diaper? I wonder if he even knows how. He's never helped out or done it before. Oh, what's in your diaper? Oh, it's his career."
Starting to think you might have to see someone. Liz, last word to you. Is this a pettiness gone amok?
Yeah.
That's pettiness gone amok.
It's got him up, yes.
Yeah.
My favorite part of this was one of the Democrats said, you can't do the pledge if you question the results. I'm like, then that means Jerry Nadler.
Yeah.
Right? So, and then the other part, too, is that Jerry Nadler's like, we already say the pledge every day. And then Mike Johnson's like, no, you don't even show up. And Jerry Nadler's like, yeah, you're right.
Oh, man. Well, they're all jerks. All right. Up next, Kat emerges from her haze after 31 booze-free days.
Introducing Animal X, the only non-stick cookware engineered for flavor. Make it exquisite with a patented SearTech surface that holds oil in the center of the pan and caramelizes like cast iron. Make it delicious with a thick edge-to-edge steel base that retains heat and sears evenly. Cookware designed to bring out every nuance and every flavor. Shop now and get free shipping at animalx.com.
I'm Fernando. Live outside of Boston. I've been with Consumer Cellular for 5 years. Consumer Cellular gives you all the same features that these big companies give you. What you get for the cost is remarkable. Why would you pay more money?
Why would you pay more when you can get unlimited talk and text with a flexible data plan starting at just $20 a month?
I think they should raise their prices.
Sorry, Fernando. Our prices are staying low. So switch today and save. Call or go online.
Oh, hey. Buying a car from Vroom is so easy. All you need is a phone and a finger. Just go to vroom.com, scroll through thousands of cars, then tap to buy. That's it. No sales fee, no wasted time. Just straight up great cars. Right from your phone to your driveway. Go to vroom.com and pick your favorite. Oh yeah, she digs it. Buy your car on vroom.com. Vroom. Get it?
safely land in the Atlantic Ocean. Debris landed in about 47 feet of water. It is spread out over roughly several square miles. The recovery effort is expected to be quick. Spy satellite first spotted by the public on Thursday over Montana, but military officials say they have been monitoring it since January 28th in the skies over Alaska. President Biden says he wanted the balloon taken down on Wednesday, but was advised it was best to wait until it was away from populated areas. The balloon created a diplomatic crisis this past week and further strained U.S.-China relations. The Pentagon also acknowledges a second balloon flying over Latin America. I'm John Scott. Now to One Nation.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to One Nation. I'm Brian Kilmeade. It must be Saturday night. On our show today, you're going to love it. Mike Rowe and Why America's Got to Learn to Work Again. And Mike Loftus wants to do this crazy thing, making sketch comedy funny again, kind of like SNL used to be. We'll go behind the scenes with his stage show. He's as funny as he gets. But first, let's get here. I want to begin with border fiction. This week, those long-awaited House hearings kicked off. First up, the busted southern border. Now, for sure, I thought Republicans and Democrats were going to agree, at least acknowledge what we all have been saying for a long time. A border is wide open because it is almost impossible to ignore the unprecedented numbers of migrant encounters. Get this, for the last 120 days, we're averaging 2,450 a day. That's over 300,000 known gotaways since October. That's a separate column. Drugs. The fentanyl infiltrating our drug supply, poisoning children faster than any other age group. Does that concern you? I would think. The amount seized in the first 3 months of fiscal year 2023 is more than was seized in all of 2019 and 2020 combined. 9,351 pounds. Enough to kill every American. Yeah, that's you. And the border crossers evading our own border agents up 40% just in the Del Rio sector alone. 4 million, probably over that, crossed illegally since Biden entered the White House. So it makes total sense to me the Republicans would choose the border to be the first area of oversight to have hearings. Because with these hard facts, of course, both sides would have to agree that there was a problem. And the only point of contention would be how to solve the problem. We can agree on that, right? No.
And now this. The first hearing will showcase the racist tendencies of the extreme MAGA Republican wing of the party that seeks to close the border to refugees from places like Cuba and Venezuela. It almost makes me miss their usual obsession with conspiracy theories and the FBI.
Many Republicans in Congress seem intent on demonizing migrant families and asylum seekers, portraying them as fentanyl traffickers and violent criminals.
We keep hearing from our Republican colleagues that the border is open and that Biden caused this crisis. Could you comment on this?
Well, we don't see that. Is it your experience that an increase in migrants is tied to an increase in fentanyl?
We haven't seen that because, first of all, they come with very little things. I mean, they get a backpack, they get to, they're carrying things that are very easy, they're vetted very properly.
That judge should be embarrassed. What an embarrassment he is. So if you want to close the border, you are a racist. Okay, you got it. And they only have backpacks, that nothing illegal could have actually fit in a backpack, right? Just your clothes. Wrong. Look at this picture that Bill Belushi took. 2 pounds of fentanyl pills, 172 pounds of marijuana, all fit in a backpack. I guess what we are seeing here, right before our eyes, must be all a lie. One big optical illusion. That's what Cory Bush thinks anyway.
Republicans want us to, so they can hold these hearings to mask the fact that they have no affirmative agenda that actually helps people, so they can spew their lies about immigrants bringing fentanyl across the border.
She's a treat. No agenda. Even Jerry Nadler had to admit the Republicans do, in fact, have an agenda. Whether he agrees with it or not is something different.
This extreme Republican majority fails to offer genuine solutions and resorts to political theater. Republicans have proposed building a wall, shutting down the asylum system, and defunding the Department of Homeland Security. Those are not serious proposals.
Really? What's not serious about it? Actually, they are serious proposals, and they worked. For those that think this border problem is not a national problem, maybe you haven't left your house since President Biden took office, because cities around the country are being overrun by illegals. You got millions of migrants pouring into our major cities, getting free housing, free transportation, on flat screen TVs, 3 meals a day. They get a menu ping pong tables costing cities, like the one I'm in right now, millions of dollars. By the way, we're over budget. But somehow, a majority of the left still do not think this is a problem, still do not think this should be handled, and still do not think this is a crisis that needs to be confronted immediately. The real problem with all this, if we can't agree on what the problem actually is, we'll never get a solution. And that's what's so disturbing, especially with the Biden administration. Joining me now, a man on the front line, Fox News national correspondent Bill Malugin. Bill, I know you're busy and you're doing live shots every hour, but I know you caught some of the testimony. How accurate was it characterized in your view?
Well, I mean, there were certain aspects of the testimony that caught my eye in different ways. Number one, you had the dad talking about the fentanyl losing a child, which is obviously heart-wrenching because that's one of the biggest problems down here. The other part that caught my eye was Democrats essentially saying it's racist to bring up what's happening down here at the southern border. What I've noticed from Democrats, mostly politicians who really haven't been down here a whole lot, is they tend to believe that everybody coming across the border is a hungry asylum seeker who is fleeing some government who is out to kill them, or that they just don't have any food or anything. That's true for some of them, of course, but it's not the truth for the majority. Most of the people showing up here are economic migrants showing up because they want work, they want to link up with family, or they just feel now is the time to come. And that's not even talking about the other aspect of who's showing up here, which, as you mentioned, the gotaways. I mean, we've had in recent days and weeks more than 2,000 people every day slipping past our border patrol. These are the guys you see dressed in camouflage, wearing carpet shoes, trying to evade. They don't want to turn themselves in, and they don't get recorded in the official numbers which are released each month. So no, it's you know, when Democrats say this is all just political posturing, it's not true. There are some bad people who are trying to get into this country and are successfully doing it because our Border Patrol agents are so busy on the front lines dealing with these massive groups turning themselves in. There's fewer agents than ever out physically patrolling the front lines, and that's why these gotaways numbers are so high. You know, CBP sources telling Fox about 300,000 of them just in the last several months. Those numbers are astronomical. There have been more than 1.2 million since President Biden took office. Who's in those 1.2 million? You know, you've got 98 people on the terror watch list last year. We're more than 30 on the terror watch list so far this fiscal year. So it's a reasonable question to ask, you know, what kind of people are coming across with those gotaways?
The other thing is, Bill, 43,000 are in New York and they can't handle it. Literally, they're taking beautiful hotels, paying the owner of the hotels for each and every room and putting illegals in there. And for the most part, they're destroying them. But that's not a problem, but it just goes to show you it's a 50-state problem. But Bill, when you talk to them, and I know they're not answering the same way, why are they coming now? Why now?
Because they believe if they can just step foot in the United States right now, as soon as they step foot on U.S. soil, they believe they're going to be released into the country under the Biden administration. And for a lot of them, that is absolutely the case. We'll give you an example. Remember when all those Haitians showed up under the bridge in Del Rio in summer of 2021, about 15,000 of them. Secretary Mayorkas came down and gave a press conference, and he said to the Haitians, do not come, your journey will be in vain, you'll be sent back. Well, what happened after that? He gave an interview with Fox's Brett Baer, and he admitted they released more than 12,000 of those Haitians into the United States. So 12,000 out of the 15,000 were released into the country, even though he said, don't come, you'll be sent back. They weren't sent back. Some of them were, but a large majority of them were not. They were released with a future court date. So that is why so many are showing up right now. They've seen the images, they've seen the mass releases, they've seen the government cell phones they're given, they've seen the NGOs helping them out getting bus tickets, they've seen what's happening in New York. You can get a flat screen TV, you can get a hot meal. They've seen what America is willing to provide right now, and under this administration, deportations are lower than ever. They've completely changed what ICE's priorities are, so they feel now is the time to try to get to the United States. And if they're able to get here, they're going to have a chance to be released with a court date 3, 4, 5 years down the road, and they don't know if maybe somebody's ever going to come looking for them under this administration.
It costs some money. Cartels get that money, and they're able to flourish these illegal groups. Bill Malugin, if people want to seriously solve this problem, they would talk to you. Thanks so much for what you're doing on a daily basis.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, next. What really happened in Afghanistan? The truth may finally be surfacing. Mike Pompeo joins us next. And later on in the show, remember when comedy shows used to be funny? For all of you used to remember that. I wanted to see the resurgence of late night laughs, so I went behind the scenes with the man who supplies them, Mike Loftus, and his new sketch show. You will love it.
You really shouldn't.
You killed yeah. No, I killed people. I killed way more people. Okay, stop watching the way you look at it. Thank you, but the Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and Moses in the basket. The hot hat was the first. Good Lord, you're fired. You're fired. You're no longer allowed advisor.
Wait, Philly's done for a year? It seems like just a day, but at the same time it feels like eternity, but in a good way. I can't imagine Brian Kilmeade's show not being a part of my life every week. Brian Kilmeade, congratulations. I'm so impressed. I've never missed it, and I never will.
Don't forget to DVR the show in case you go out for date night. Watch it, DVR it on Saturday, and then watch it the same night. It'll be fun.
Yes, they let me in. They're transphobic because I'm identifying, therefore can transition into one. You get it. Yeah. HBO Bill Maher claims he's not moving away from the left and that he's always been this way, but his politics say otherwise, and we've all noticed it too. Here he is talking about a new block of voters, and it sure sounds kind of conservative. Weird.
Private healthcare decisions. Be careful with that phrase. I read in the front page of the New York Times this week, there is a new voting bloc, a new constituency, anti-mandate. Is it mostly parents?
Yeah, it's people who don't like to be told what to do by the government in every aspect of their life, generally considered to be conservative.
These are people who are not going to vote based on Republican or Democrat. They're going to vote.
What about gender? What about color? What about race? What about
based on COVID policy? I'm one of them. I don't even have kids.
And thank God for that.
You know, it's a medical issue. I do not want to be dictated. There is no the science, especially in medical science.
This sounds a whole lot like disinformation.
You can recommend whatever you like, but I must insist you don't insist how I handle my health.
It's okay, Bill. A lot of us grow up. Coming up, a super crazy, creepy GPS device you can easily put on your girlfriend's car. Stick around. Real heroes, real conflict, real threats, real harmony. Now, there's a place America gets its news. Just the facts. Newsmax. Real news for real people.
Every detail counts. That's why I live my life. Lexi B2 hearing aids powered by Bose. Provide quality, cutting-edge tech, and performance. When I began experiencing hearing loss, I knew I needed the best of the best. Lexi B2 hearing aids powered by Bose are app-controlled and self-fitting, which means I can tune and customize them to my needs and preferences on the Lexi and enjoy high-quality hearing. No appointment necessary. From ordering my first pair online to front door delivery and the secure, discreet Lexi B2 hearing aids powered by Bose offer quality, convenience, and exceptional customer support at every step of my journey. If you're ready to elevate to the next level, world-class hearing, take the lead and call or order online at lexihearing.com to receive your Lexi B2 hearing aids powered by Bose today.
Call 800-761-1356 today to find out how you can get your Lexis at 80% less than prescription hearing aid prices. There's a new way to correct your defect in every 3 seconds. Checking your credit score or bank statements will be done in no order. That's because identity threats appear in all places that you notice. Identity thieves can use your information to help you wrong, so it's a long time to say crimes. complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text FRESH 321 321. Text now for the included bottle of Nugenix Turbo X, our newest, most powerful fat incinerator and convenient ingredient to help you lose fat and get lean absolutely free. That's FRESH 321 321. It's our America. We conquer it. Great values like honesty and fairness. Great courage. A great nation needs a free press. Newsmax is it. We Americans when we go to Newsmax. We really need to know. Watch Newsmax TV. Or free Newsmax app. We go to Newsmax.com. Strong
Seattle to rethink their desire to silence opposition. The people who want to silence opponents are people who can't win debates.
Ahead on in-depth, the new House defending Newsmax after DirecTV to platforms us from 13 million households. We'll talk to Vivek Ramaswamy, the executive chairman of Strive Asset Management. They'll join us to talk about the cancellation of conservative voices now on TV. In California, is working to ban everyone from carrying guns virtually everywhere. Meanwhile, gun owners and Second Amendment applicants for a temporary win in Illinois after a judge blocks Governor J.B. Pritzker's latest attempt at a gun grab. And local sheriffs saying they won't enforce it anyway. We'll go in depth on this topic ahead. Hello, welcome to In-Depth. I'm John Bachman. First day questions about wind energy after several whales washed up on the beaches of New York and New Jersey. And with all the talk about environmental justice, one has to ask, where's the justice for all these dead whales? This massive humpback whale washed ashore on Lido Beach on Long Island. So where is Greenpeace? Where's the Sierra Club? Well, they say it's unfounded and premature to connect wind turbine construction to these whale deaths. But there are other scientists who are concerned. NOAA, the National Oceanographic Atmospheric Administration, they were on the scene of Lido Beach taking some samples and a closer look at what could have actually caused this. Preliminary findings indicate this particular whale was killed by a vessel strike, but political reports that the deaths are happening as pre-construction work ramps up on offshore wind farms, which are a key part of the left's and New Jersey's climate change and green energy strategy. Wind energy over whales might be a bumper sticker coming to a Democrat's car or President Biden's campaign.
My administration said below the artists is not right. People wise, like 20, 30 years, 10 million ocean away. Courts turn it back into economic.
New Jersey Democratic Governor Phil Murphy said a statewide target of generating 11,000 megawatts of offshore wind power by 2040 will be banned. We discussed the possible downsides of the left's green energy policies with Dave Rubin this week. We also talked about AT&T and platform and Newsmax. Dave's trip to San Francisco to meet with Elon Musk. Great to see you there.
As a whale expert.
Yes, a whale and whale experts. I think this story, though, perfectly and tragically encapsulates the real problem we see with the left's green energy policies. One small step forward for green energy, and everyone working on it here in the United States, is a giant leap backwards for some other part of the environment. We could be talking about dead whales or 6-year-old kids digging strip mines for cobalt in the continent.
Yeah, you're not going to believe this, but every action has a reaction. And I believe that some of the politicians pushing this Green New Deal or the ideas of the Green New Deal, they have good intentions. But of course, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So you say, all right, we're going to use more wind power. Next thing you know, you build a whole bunch of birds and you started now to kill whales. Whether they are figuring out how to get batteries for electric cars and how to send kids into coal mines, or whatever else it might be. But the Democrats or the left, whatever you want to call them at this point, what the people pushing this green agenda are particularly good at is the initial salvo to the conversation. We're here to save the world. Yeah. You're either with us or against us. That sounds pretty good because everyone wants to save the world. Okay? But then with like most things with them, you just have to go a little bit beneath that very thin veneer and you find out that they actually don't know how to do any of those things. And let's not forget, it was 3 years ago today, he said we'll get 7 years left on the planet, so we may as well enjoy ourselves with fossil fuel, considering we're at about 4 years left.
Yes, it's going to be cold in the Northeast. Stay warm. I mean, if you only have a couple more winters left, you might as well stay warm this winter with fossil fuels. Well, Dave, I want to thank you. It was nice of you to go out to San Francisco on our behalf to find out what's going on Twitter. I know you were able to get some time with Elon Musk, and we found out a whole bunch of weird stuff was going on and is actually still going on behind the scenes. Tell us about it.
It's really wild what's going on at Twitter right now. As I started the long Twitter thread that I put out, having left Twitter, I said that when I sat down with Elon for 2 hours, the only thing I really asked him at the end was, hey, can I tell people what I've learned here? And he said, and I quote, as long as it's true, and I reported back on everything that I've read there, they have a really, really messy code right now. He likened it to a Jenga. You know, everyone's playing with Jenga, the wood block, you build up that Tower of Babel I am still talking to some engineers about what's going on over there. And then, here's the going there are the offices over there, which are very, very dystopian because, the company had about 7,500 employees. He came in and fired half of them. Clearly, they were not needed. And, but now they've got really empty offices. The offices were already empty, though, because,
And next time you talk to him, can you ask him if he can buy AT&T and DirecTV? Because he's fixing Twitter. But the lizard overlords in Congress wrote a letter and he's on AT&T and they kicked us off, Dave. And there are 13 million Americans right now who cannot watch this show on DirecTV. And it's heartbreaking for me not to be able to reach those folks. But they can fight back. What's your message for them?
No, listen, joking aside, I think what they've done to you guys is absolutely terrible. I love doing this show, John, but if everyone that I've ever worked with at Newsmax, when I moved to Florida in that studio, you guys hooked us up. I never had anything other than a good experience with Newsmax. And this is one of the things that the left has become extremely good at. Instead of debating the ideas, they just take you out, whether that's canceling the Twitter account to connect to the earlier story, or whether that's kicking a channel off of a cable network, the cable system. They've become extremely good at this. I'm a firm believer that technology doesn't create a lot of problems, but it also solves a lot of problems. Hopefully we get, great Republicans in Congress that can help you guys out. But otherwise there will be digital answers to all of these questions.
Someday in the future there will be, but these guys still have kind of their boots on the throat of a lot of content creators right now. The system is changing, but it's going to take a while. But next, Dave, and again, thank you for going out to San Francisco and representing us on with Elon Musk there. That means a lot to us.
John, my pleasure, and for the record, I do consider you the TV version of news streaming.
I don't know how to take that, quite frankly. We'll talk about it later. Thank you.
See ya.
When we come back, the gun ban, California Governor Gavin Newsom wants to put in effect for his state, and why it might not work. We'll talk about it coming up. Also, the appeals board upholding the restraining order on the Illinois gun ban. We'll hear from the CEO and founder of the gun store there, Jared Yanis. Next.
You have to fight back. That's why Trump guys know the best defense is weather. Laser electric floor lines protect the cargo. Another seat storage system keeps tools organized. Tech liner protects the bed. Dog stacking guards the welder from minor damage. Cut phone secures your phone. Don't let your tool. Go to weathertech.com today.
I am Tony Hawk, and like many of you, I take a statin to reduce cholesterol. But statins can also deplete CoQ10 levels. That's why my doctor recommended Qunol CoQ10. Qunol has the #1 cardiologist recommended form of CoQ10. Qunol, the brand I trust.
So Frank, hey Kurt, why did you name eugenics? After 40, I got loses free testosterone. Even I couldn't stay in shape like I used to. Oh yeah, my workouts are broken now. I'm feeling stronger, more energetic, with a lot more drive.
So, say I knew someone who should try eugenics. How does he do that?
It's easy. Just send a text. It's gonna come very long.
Frank's right. Now you can claim a complimentary bottle of award-winning eugenics by texting or pray to 31231. Its unique formula is powered by testosterone, a patented ingredient clinically researched to help a man feel stronger, leaner, more energetic, and more passionate. Text or pray to 31231 for your complimentary bottle of eugenics Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of new eugenics Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, helping you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. That's ARRAY. 231.
Oh, I'm Mike Lindell, and in light of the recent events, your continued support means everything to myself and my employees. To thank you for having the biggest sale ever on all my pillow bedding. Get my pillow bed sheets for as low as $29.98. A set of pillowcases for only $9.98. In this economy, instead of buying a new bed, rejuvenate your bed with a My Pillow mattress topper for as low as $99.99. We also have blankets in a variety of sizes, colors, and styles, like plush, waffle, or gossamer, for as low as $29.98. We even have pet blankets from small size to the ones for your car. Get huge discounts on duvets, quilts, down comforters, and so much more. So go to mypillow.com or call that number on your screen. Use your promo code and you'll get huge discounts on all My Pillow bedding, including My Pillow bed sheets for as low as $29.98. Get all your shopping while quantities last. Please order now.
On this 1 hour, it's Supernatural Newsmax TV special. Our guest, Joseph C., says most people are victims of hell's economy. Its purpose is to destroy everything in your life. Joseph shares how you can break free. Federal agencies urge every family to have an emergency radio. During any disaster, electrical power may get cut. The emergency radio gives you the vital information you need. Newsmax wants you to have the Dynamo Emergency Band Radio. It doesn't need batteries and works in any emergencies. It retails for $30. You can get it with the free offer. Call or go online and get the emergency radio today. Your life may depend on it.
Welcome back to In-Depth. California's Governor Gavin Newsom and soon ban people from carrying guns virtually anywhere in the Golden State. They already have some of the most restrictive gun laws in the United States. Now Newsom is talking about banning guns in churches, public libraries, zoos, amusement parks, playgrounds, and all other privately owned businesses that are open to the public. They would be all gun-free zones for those even with a permit. Business owners and churches could get an exemption if they follow certain rules. But you know the state would make it very hard for them to do that. Also, you can't forget that some of the worst mass shootings in America, like Sandy Hook and Parkland, happen to be in gun-free zones. Now, in Florida, lawmakers are working on a new bill, and under this bill, Floridians would no longer need to apply for a license to carry a concealed weapon. Now, it does not affect the purchase of a firearm. It would not allow anyone already prohibited from possessing a gun to carry a concealed weapon. Legislation would not allow the public to carry. Currently, Florida law requires people to have a permit from the Department of Agriculture in order to carry a concealed weapon in the state. Now, California's governor, for some reason, is always weighing in on what's happening in Florida, claims this carry does not make it even safer. He also falsely stated the Florida constitutional carry bill background checks, instruction, and training and oversight. On top of that, Ross also trying to insinuate that Governor DeSantis is wrong. Conditions place, of course, in that nursery. Brian Penny's quick to clap back. His daughter was killed in the Parkland shooting. He says if she were alive today, she would be carrying a gun. Down in Illinois, we have a short-term gun owners and second advocates there. It's just not that it's temporary restraining order to blocks the enforcement of the state's law grants semi-automatic weapons and high-capacity magazines. The Union President signed the gun control law on January 10th. The temporary restraining order also comes in response to a lawsuit from 4 gun sellers and 850 individuals. We discussed your Second Amendment rights and these stories with the CEO and founder of Guns and Gadgets in Illinois. His name is Jerry Yes. Jerry, have you with us?
Thanks for having me. It's my pleasure.
Well, the Illinois chapter, the NRA, says instead of arresting and prosecuting and punishing the criminals who break the law, Governor Pritzker is focusing his attention on those who haven't broken any laws. People who might deserve better. And kind of the refrain always is from gun owners. It's like, yeah, you know, the gang members who were going to do the drive-by didn't get to do the drive-by tonight because their permits didn't come in time.
Right. There isn't a criminal in the country that's going to follow a law just because they pass another one. It's actually part of the definition. Criminals will always be criminals. And the only thing that these new laws that are trying to do it right way.
And when you talk to the sheriffs on an individual basis, on these reported previously, there are a lot of law enforcement. They want no part of enforcing this law. They get it. They understand what you guys are up against. They understand the reason why this, you know, we have the Second Amendment in the first place, and they don't want to be the ones who are forced to go door to door and tell people, look, regardless of what the Second Amendment says, in this state, you don't have a right to own that weapon.
Exactly. And you hit the nail on the head. What's key to what's happening in Illinois that has to happen in other states is that you have the vast majority of the sheriffs standing up to the tyrannical rule of Governor J.B. Pritzker. See, what happens is tyrants pass any law they want based off of the funding they get. They're trying to pander to people, give them money. And in this case, J.B. Pritzker's looking around with potential presidency bid. So what the tyrants do is they depend on law enforcement to enforce their unconstitutional laws. And here we have law enforcement actually stop cheating Christmas rate to entertain them. And now we need to find paper to stop crime. Poison is not crime. And the guys in Dallas with fires are doing stuff.
Yeah, he preaches the same song on my politics from Springfield that Lori Lightfoot preaches from Chicago. The results are only the same. It's some of the most vulnerable communities that get hurt the worst by these types of policies. Now, can you tell us, let's be honest, is there anything at all in Illinois good happening right now? And you mentioned that J.D. Pritzker is talking about White House law. Is there anything happening in Illinois that make J.D. Pritzker eligible for promotion?
If you're asking me, the answer is I don't even know. In Springfield and Chicago are running land, but they don't speak the vast majority of in the state. Folks just want to have their rights be left alone. They don't want the big government telling them what to do. And the only good thing happening in Illinois is that people are waking up. People have had enough from the tyrants taking over for 3 years and burning the country down. Students protest, crime out of hand, and the sun on their rule. Nobody's going on. People realize they need to be there for first responders. And when people face to face, eye to eye, you have seconds. You have no time to folks try to.
Right, and I don't think Governor Gavin Newsom making everywhere in the state a free zone is going to have the effect that he thought, especially coming after a lot of mass shootings in a short period of time in that state as well, even when they have some of the most restrictive control policies in the entire United States. Our thanks to CEO and founder of Guns and Gadgets, Jared Yanis. Hope to come check you out there at Guns and Gadgets sometime, Jared. Great to see you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Take care.
Direct TV and Sensory Newsmax and silencing conservatives. We'll talk about this. Rebecca Ramaswamy on the other side of the break.
Information. Truth. Is freedom.
It's freezing cold. There's no electricity, no heat, no water. Winter is now a weapon of war used against the elderly, mother, young children. Fears are growing that without an emergency, full-scale response, thousands of people dying this winter.
So much suffering and disaster.
The television and across the border from for decades. But the news has never been.
President, two standing shoulder to shoulder saying, we're here to heal, we're here to help. Your gift of only $45 helps Russia fire survival lives filled with food, medicines, and other life-saving supplies for health insurance and pets. Ready to survive the winter. Please call or go online right now. There's a new thing behind every 40 seconds. Checking your credit score bank statements really currently not converting. That's because identity threats are here. This is the US. Identity gives you more information, loans, multiple times, crimes. No one is going to you.
magnesium is vital for bone, nerve, and muscle health. I recommend Qunol Extra Strength Magnesium. Unlike regular magnesium, Qunol's high absorption helps you get the full benefits of magnesium. Qunol, the brand I trust.
If your business kept on employees through the pandemic, GetRefunds.com can see that they qualify for a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee, even if it received PPP. And all it takes is 8 minutes to get started. Then we'll work with you to fill out your forms and submit the application. That easy. And if your business doesn't get paid, we don't get paid. GetRefunds.com has helped businesses like yours claim over $2 billion, but it's only available for a limited time. Go to GetRefunds.com, powered by Innovation Refunds.
I started Bright Star Care to provide a higher standard of care. It's been my goal for 20 years, and it always will be. If you're an experienced caregiver with that same passion, join the brand that supports you most.
Best-selling author David Horowitz has issued a great warning. The next election could be the last. The radical left is dismantling our freedoms and proposing socialism right before our very eyes. David's blockbuster new book, Final Battle, reveals what conservatives must do to take back the White House. Now you can get this in a must-read bombshell, absolutely free through the special offer. Read Final Battle. It's too late.
It doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand why AT&T and DirecTV felt pressure to comply with committee demands. Simply put, Democrats in that committee disagreed with the content coming out of One American News Network and Newsmax and decided they wanted them canceled.
Welcome back to this hearing. Congressman Ken Buck of Colorado is accusing Democrats for their, quote, shopping coordinated attempt to push DirecTV and AT&T to censor Newsmax. Buck and 17 of his GOP colleagues went to the House floor to voice their concerns about what's happening here and the ongoing efforts of groups like DirecTV and AT&T to silence conservative voices. He says it's time to demand action on behalf of Newsmax and free speech. We talk more about the ongoing censorship of conservatives in the media with Vivek Ramaswamy, the executive chairman of Strive Asset Management. Now, AT&T's corporate website is loaded with references to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and ESG references, which stands for environmental, social, governance. AT&T and DirecTV say it's a financial decision to drop Newsmax, but ESG and DEI are not really about money, are they? The website does not really brag about getting the best out of their shareholders and customers. They do say, though, the commitment to addressing ESG issues is embedded at every level of the company. What is your take on AT&T dropping Newsmax?
I think this is yet another example of private companies using the channels of commerce, using dollars to effectuate political, social, and environmental agendas. Full stop. And one thing you would say, maybe it's a contract negotiation and it's just a matter of the parties not being able to reach a deal. Well, that's fair. That's how the economy works. There's the suspicion that that might not be how it's working because they're not applying those standards equally to, say, people who have a different political angle or a different political agenda on the other side of the spectrum, say, liberal networks. But they will understand why. It is because of government.
security state. Anything locked into a garage next to a lampshade, it's got to be secure, right? No deal, right? Just casually keeping top world secrets in the garage. That's just Corvette. It's very safe. It's not suspicious at all. It's not like they're on the street, guys. Okay, we're not poor. We have garages and they lock. Let me show you just how secure Joe Biden's garage is. In fact, you can practically see the classified documents in this video that the president shared about his beloved Corvette.
I like to. That was an hour. You think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding. So I'm excited about it.
See that? See that right there? See the lampshade? That pile of rubbish back in his garage. The Corvette rule, yes, ladies and gentlemen, has led the national security state for decades upon decades. As long as classified documentation is underneath the full lampshade, presumably about to be worn by Joe Biden somewhere in your garage, it's secure. Count on us. Of course, this created incredible meme material